What happens when one of Hollywood's most powerful voices calls out the industry for its hidden biases? Viola Davis, a force to be reckoned with both on and off the screen, has been making waves with her candid discussions about the deep-seated prejudices in Hollywood. In today's video, we're uncovering the truth behind Davis's bold statements, exploring the impact of her revelations, and discussing what this means for the future of the entertainment industry. But before we dive in, if you're passionate about uncovering the stories that shape Hollywood and beyond, make sure to hit that like button. Share this video with your friends and subscribe to our channel. Now let's get into the eye-opening truths that Viola Davis has brought to light. Who is Viola Davis? Before we delve into the specifics of what Viola Davis has exposed, it's essential to understand just who she is and why her voice carries so much weight in Hollywood. Davis is not just an actress, she's an icon. With a career spanning over 3 decades, she has broken barriers, won numerous awards, and solidified her place as one of the most respected figures in the industry. Davis's journey to stardom wasn't easy. Born in poverty in South Carolina, she faced countless obstacles on her way to becoming a household name. But her talent, determination, and relentless pursuit of excellence have made her a trailblazer for Black actors and actresses in an industry that has historically marginalized people of color. Her roles in films like The Help, Fences, and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom have earned her critical acclaim and multiple accolades, including an Academy Award, a Tony Award, and an Emmy Award, making her one of the few to achieve the Triple Crown of acting. But beyond her on-screen achievements, it's her off-screen activism and outspoken nature that have truly set her apart. Davis has never shied away from speaking her mind, especially when it comes to issues of race and gender in Hollywood. She has used her platform to advocate for more diversity and inclusion in the industry, calling out the disparities that exist behind the scenes and on screen. And it's this willingness to speak truth to power that has made her a beacon of change in an industry often resistant to it. Exposing the bias, Davis's revelations. In recent years, Viola Davis has become increasingly vocal about the hidden biases that permeate Hollywood. While the industry has made some strides toward greater diversity and inclusion, Davis has pointed out that there is still a long way to go. Her statements have shed light on the systemic issues that continue to plague the industry, particularly when it comes to how Black actors and actresses are treated. One of the most significant revelations Davis has made is the stark pay gap between Black and white actors. Despite her success and accolades, Davis has revealed that she is not paid on par with her white counterparts. In interviews, she has openly discussed how she's had to fight for every dollar, often being offered less than what her talent and experience warrant. Davis's comments have sparked a broader conversation about the wage disparities in Hollywood, particularly for women of color. Her willingness to speak out has encouraged others to share their experiences, shining a light on the inequities that persist despite the industry's outward commitment to diversity. But the pay gap is just one aspect of the hidden biases Davis has exposed. She has also spoken about the limited opportunities available to Black actors and actresses, particularly when it comes to leading roles. While there has been some progress in recent years, Davis has pointed out that many of the roles offered to Black actors are still stereotypical or secondary to those given to their white counterparts. Davis's revelations have highlighted the need for more substantial change in Hollywood. It's not enough to simply cast more people of color. The industry needs to fundamentally rethink how it values and represents Black talent. This means not only offering more diverse roles, but also ensuring that Black actors and actresses are given the same opportunities and compensation as their white peers. A system resistant to change. To fully understand the impact of Viola Davis's statements, it's important to consider the broader context of Hollywood's resistance to change. Despite the industry's efforts to appear more inclusive and progressive, the reality is that many of the old power structures remain firmly in place. Hollywood has long been criticized for its lack of diversity, both in front of and behind the camera. For decades, the industry was dominated by white men, and this dominance has shaped the kinds of stories that are told and who gets to tell them. While there have been some efforts to diversify the industry in recent years, these changes have often been more superficial than substantive. For instance, while there may be more Black actors in leading roles today than in the past, the industry still struggles with issues like typecasting and tokenism. Black actors are often pigeonholed into certain types of roles, such as the best friend, the sidekick, or the villain, rather than being given the opportunity to play complex, multidimensional characters. Moreover, the decision-makers in Hollywood, those who greenlight projects and control budgets are still overwhelmingly white. This lack of diversity at the top has a trickle-down effect, influencing the kinds of films and television shows that get made and who gets hired to work on them. Davis's exposure of these hidden biases has underscored the need for more systemic change in Hollywood. It's not enough to simply increase the number of black faces on screen. The industry needs to address the underlying power dynamics that continue to marginalize people of color. Are they truly inclusive? Another area where Viola Davis has been particularly vocal is the issue of awards and recognition in Hollywood. While she has won numerous accolades throughout her career, Davis has pointed out that the award system itself is deeply flawed and often fails to recognize the contributions of black talent. The lack of recognition for black talent is symptomatic of a broader issue in Hollywood: the devaluation of black stories and perspectives. By calling attention to this issue, Davis has challenged the industry to do better, to not only recognize the contributions of black actors and filmmakers, but to also create an environment where they can thrive. The impact of Davis's revelations. Viola Davis's willingness to speak out about the hidden biases in Hollywood has had a profound impact on the industry. Her revelations have not only sparked important conversations, but have also inspired others to take action. In the wake of Davis's statements, there has been a renewed push for greater transparency and accountability in Hollywood. Activists and industry insiders have called for more data on pay disparities, more opportunities for black talent, and more diversity at the decision-making level. Davis's voice has been a catalyst for change, encouraging others to speak up and demand more from an industry that has long been resistant to it. What needs to change in Hollywood? While Viola Davis's revelations have shone a light on the hidden biases in Hollywood, the question remains, what needs to change? The industry has a long way to go in terms of addressing the systemic issues that Davis has exposed, but there are some clear steps that can be taken to move in the right direction. 1. Greater representation at all levels. One of the most important changes that needs to happen in Hollywood is greater representation at all levels of the industry. This means not only casting more black actors in leading roles, but also ensuring that there is diversity behind the camera and in the executive suites. More diverse decision-makers will lead to more diverse stories and a more inclusive industry overall. 2. Equal pay for equal work. The pay disparities that Viola Davis has exposed are unacceptable and need to be addressed immediately. Black actors and actresses should be paid on par with their white counterparts, and studios need to be transparent about how they determine compensation. This is not just a matter of fairness, it's about recognizing and valuing the contributions of black talent. 3. More diverse and inclusive storytelling. Hollywood needs to move beyond tokenism and typecasting and embrace more diverse and inclusive storytelling. This means creating complex, multidimensional characters for black actors to play and telling stories that reflect the full range of black experiences. It also means supporting black filmmakers and giving them the resources they need to succeed. 4. Reforming the award system. The award system in Hollywood needs to be reformed to ensure that it is truly inclusive and reflective of the diversity of talent in the industry. This means diversifying the voting bodies of major awards organizations, as well as creating more opportunities for black talent to be recognized and celebrated. Viola Davis has exposed some of Hollywood's most deeply entrenched biases, sparking important conversations and calling for much-needed change. Her willingness to speak out has made her a powerful voice for diversity and inclusion in the industry, and her impact cannot be overstated. As we look to the future, it's clear that Hollywood has a long way to go in terms of addressing the systemic issues that Davis has highlighted. But with voices like hers leading the charge, there is hope that the industry can become more equitable and inclusive. If you found this video enlightening and want to stay informed about the important issues shaping Hollywood, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Together, we can continue to push for the changes that Viola Davis and so many others are fighting for.